dismounted. Hello all, welcome to the Green Army Le Mans LMP2 tier, and we're heading into turn 1. Max in the Iron Lynx Porsche, Joe getting about to start in the Iron Brew LMP2 car, but the Iron Lynx number 60 looking to make the move on the inside on his number 10, apologies, is ahead of the 97 of LR Johnny, who was runner-up in the GT race, looking for redemption here. But he's ahead of Joe, but he needs to get ahead of Max, who's actually had a pretty good start compared to what he had in the GT race, although he's gone wide, and that's going to invite the 57 car to go through. I think it's 57, but I'll correct myself if it's wrong. But they squirm around into Tetra Rouge, nearly making contact, and they all go wide, heading out of Tetra Rouge, apart from Joe though. Joe looks like he's stayed on the track. He's closing up to Max, and Johnny in the 57 pulling away. Joe catching up to the LMP2 Iron Lynx car of Max in the number 10, but the number 30 trying to catch up in the orange and blue. You can see, and Max going wide of the chicane over the gravel, and he's just about kept it on the track this time. That's going to be a huge penalty for Exact Max. And Joe there, Joe looks like he's struggling. What's happened to Joe? Let's go back and have a look, shall we? Alright, so let's see what happened to Joe here. I'll do this a minute. There we go. Right, what happened to Joe then? Let's see. We go through the chicane. Max goes wide. Joe heading through the chicane. He catches up to the 57. Oh, and he just loses the car. He loses the car on the exit, and just goes very slowly on the exit. I thought there was contact between him and LR Johnny, like they were doing in the GT race, but no, it was just Joe making a mistake, and now he has a bit more work to do to catch up to the two ahead of him. Meanwhile, Max ahead of LR Johnny in the LMP2, and he does remember that there's a chicane here this time, so that's good to know. The Max lands from sending it over a chicane, but heading out of the second chicane, turn 10 on the track if I'm not mistaken, heading into the Mulsanne corner, as the 57 heading into the Mulsanne corner behind the Iron Lynx car number 10. Yeah, they are, I think they are, oh no, it's the 97 should I say, apologies, made a mistake there. As going wide there, I think there was dust being kicked up by Exact Max, so the Green Army F2 champion making a mistake, and he's now got the 97 trying to catch up to him. So the 97 car, I'm not too sure what car that's branded as, the Motul car, trying to catch up, so we'll see if anything is made of it. So we head into Indianapolis. This is where it was disaster for LR Johnny on the final lap of the GT race. But will it be the same story here in LMP2? Let's see, he's in second at the moment, but he's chasing down a different person this time. He's not chasing down Joe. Joe's 4 seconds away. He's chasing down Exact Max in the Iron Lynx car, the Green Army F2 champion from Season 1. Joseph Singh, the Green Army F2 champion from Season 2. But here in Green Army Le Mans, Joe, the Le Mans 24-minute winner in the GT race. But can he maybe get the Le Mans 24-minute LMP2 race? I'm not too sure, but Max going wide after the 97 goes wide. Can the 97 do another great move here at the Porsche curves? Then we can't. Although he can, as Max goes wide. Max in the Iron Lynx, number 10 car, going wide. We'll go have a look at the Iron Lynx car as Max going wide there. That is an absolute shame for him. So as we head into the Ford chicanes, Joe behind Max at the moment, as the chicane there you can see the orange and blue car catching up to the yellow and black Iron Lynx car in LMP2, as they head down into turn 1 then, and into the Dunlop chicane. You see the man in first, well, just over 3 seconds away. Is look at that going wide there. It's the 97. Just seeing that, he's slipping and sliding away at the moment, but heading down the hill into the these two corners, which I've forgotten the name of, apologies, but let me know in the comments if you know the corner names of the one. Actually, I can get it up on Google, so I'll do that while I keep up with the action. Max looks like he's struggling here, and it looks like Joe could be catching up to the man who gave him damage in the GT race, in the Le Mans 24-minute GT race here at Green Army. But not the number 97 ahead of the number 10. Then comes Joseph Singh in the Iron Brew car. The Iron Lynx number 10 trying to catch up, and Max does brake for this first chicane, and Joe going off. So Max learned to brake at the chicane, but Joe didn't learn, and he's now off on the gravel at the same place where he lost the car in lap 1. Joe really struggling here in LMP2. Very surprised. I thought Joe would be doing better at the moment, but he is struggling in LMP2 at the moment. But yeah, we'll go back to this battle with Max and Johnny then. Johnny having a great race, really controlling the race like a dual shock. And did Johnny just go off? I think he just did. Yeah, he did. He got in the wall. Johnny in the wall. Absolutely amazing. Johnny, who was leading for so long, has just gone straight off at the second chicane here on lap 2. Or the second chicane of the Mulsanne straight. So now as they head into the Mulsanne corner, is Joseph Singh going to be able to catch up to LR Johnny? I am not too sure. That is such a peculiar mistake. He is catching up to LR Johnny. So Johnny, yet again, making a mistake, and he's gone straight off into the wall. LR Johnny making huge mistakes here in LMP2, struggling with braking, it seems. Here in LMP2, that is such a shame. But Joe suffering with drivetrain issues from what I've learned. But yeah, the 97 car with a lot of damage now. That means Joseph Singh in second, just over 5 seconds away from Max in the Iron Lynx car. Great stuff here in LMP2 for the 24 minutes of Le Mans here in Green Army. Or here for Green Army, should I say, as we head round the Algarve corner. Now into the Porsche curves. What a race it's been for Max so far. Heading into the Porsche curves in the lead. Over 5 seconds in front. It's gone way better than his GT race. As, oh, he's sliding though into the Porsche curves. These LMP2s looking like a handful for these drivers to handle. As they head through, as he heads through the Porsche curves, we'll have a look at Joe, see if he's faring any better. But I think the drivetrain on these cars does have to be looked after, because otherwise it'll just ruin your race, especially towards the end. As we'll see as we head through. I think Joe just went wide there out of karting, the final corner onto Porsche curves. As we head through the 4 chicanes. Oh, go wide, there's Joe having a bit of a slide on the exit of the corner. Just saw him like have a fishtail there. That was absolutely mental for Joseph Singh. But we head up the hill into turn 1 and 2 again. But we head through them. But yeah, Joseph Singh trying to catch up to this man in the Iron Lynx car at the moment. But Max really controlling the race so far. Very nicely done. As he heads now out of Tetra Rouge and down the straight. Speaking of Iron Lynx in the European Le Mans series this season, they've done 11 races and only got a podium so far. With the team managed by Steve Hager, but their next race is at the 4 Hours of Portugal, and round goes Max! Max round in the number 10 Iron Lynx car. What on earth has happened? As Joe, what's happened to Joe as well? It looks like Joe's had a bit of a reliability issue with Wi-Fi, and it looks like he might have disconnected or had to pause, but no matter the case, Max having a spin, Joe having a spin, and now Johnny too far away to catch up. Absolutely mental here in LMP2 for the Green Army 24 minutes of Le Mans. It's a crazy race so far, but the man who's DNF'd out of the 16 laps of Daytona back in January, if I'm not, no, maybe even February, if I'm not mistaken. The Authentic for 16 laps to Daytona for what was to be SCC, but was not meant to be. Heading into Mulsanne corner, then see what happens with Max. He's under brake and he's very nice through that section. But the man who owns MCL, the man who won in Grand Formula with a classic overtake on the outside of turn 1 of Joseph Singh while eating a chicken nugget. That's why if you hear any of my recordings and I talk about Max going around the outside of me at turn 1, I call turn 1 at Imola Chicken Nugget Corner. As it's a great move. It's in Grand Formula in Imola, so if you want to go see that move, go see it for yourselves, because it's a great move on the outside. He sends it in fully committed, but with the sun setting here, the number 10 Iron Lynx settling in here on lap 3 to take a beautiful win. A complete reversal to his Forza progress so far. Meanwhile, Joseph Singh looks like he's struggling with drivetrain damage as he's riding the curb sim. Actually, he's also struggling with traction. So yeah, we head down and I think we see as we head down. Joseph Singh here. He's doing VRL tonight in IndyCar at Laguna Seca very soon. So we'll have the recording of that soon, hopefully, as well as heading into the Indianapolis section with the number 30 Iron Brew car. But yeah, LR Johnny, let's catch up with him then in the 97 car in the Motul. Let's see. The 97 cars. Max in the pits. Max in the pits. Interesting. So he's got a penalty of 3.3 seconds. Yeah, also Johnny's pace at the moment, keep an eye on it, because I think he might be able to catch up to Joe if he's struggling with drivetrain damage. Joe, that is, struggling with drivetrain damage. If that's the case, then Joe will be caught by LR Johnny very soon. So that will be something to watch. Heading into the pits then with Max. Meanwhile, we'll have a look with Joseph Singh as we head through. So Joseph Singh ahead of LR Johnny here in Forza Motorsport. He's losing the car, heading out of karting and into the Ford chicane. And LMP2, the winners of the LMP2 class in Le Mans, in the Le Mans 24 hours in real life for 2025, was for the second time in a row, the Inter-Europol car after inheriting the lead from the tragic DNF from the EDEX Sport car after losing a wheel at turn 5, if I'm not mistaken, or turn 4. So a very shocking one. That's yeah, 1 second. No, one second. How do you? Oh, you have to put all the graphics up to stop it. That's silly. Realise I could have kept the action. Oh well. Anyway, minus that blooper, we'll keep going. I would edit that out, but I'm not gonna, as I've got other things to do today, so I'm just gonna do it all in one take on live. That's how I'm recording videos at the moment, because my editor is very slow when I'm recording videos on the editor, so I'm recording them on Twitch stream so that I can kind of have it better off, and I don't know, it's quite nice though because it's more natural. So yeah, very happy with the way these races are panning out in terms of Twitch streams and the commentary. But that commentary from STB as well, really funny. I laughed so much. So yeah. where we head through here with Max there, and it's a very settled down version of the 24 minutes Le Mans here in LMP2 compared to the GT race earlier on, where we had Joe and Johnny battling for the lead like animals the entire way, and Max also forgetting what a braking point is at the first chicane. And although yes, Max did do that in the first time, he decided to be boring and actually keep going. So yeah. I say he's being boring. What I mean is he's being safe. Oh no. But yeah, quick shout out to a couple of people that I said I'd shout out on stream. I'm gonna shout out Corey, I think that's his name, from Dra 3. I'm a Dra 3 class in college at the moment. I'm in Dra 2, he's in Dra 3. And also I'm going to shout out another one called Brody, as they both asked for it, so there you go, they got it. So yeah, heading out of the Algarve corner with Joe. Johnny's actually catching up though, he's heading through Algarve corner just now, so keep an eye on Johnny. Oh yeah, we head through then. Joe, oh there's Max there going a little bit squeamish, but he's just about kept on the road in the Iron Lynx car. Oh yeah, heading through the Ford chicane then with Max. Here in the one, he's a little bit squeamish there. And down the straight into turn 1 and at the chicane. So into the Dunlop chicane then with Lando. Then comes Joe, who's now got a 0.3 penalty. Then comes Johnny behind that. And well, Johnny just went straight over that corner there. That could be a penalty. Keep an eye on that one. Yeah, Joe's struggling with drivetrain damage from earlier on, where he had a bit of an excursion over the gravel. But yeah, I think since then he's just been kind of off the paces, struggling with the handling of the car. So yeah, we head down them with Joe. Oh yeah, so we have into the first game with Joe and LMP2. So yeah, we have Lando, Max Clark, I should mention this as well, he's doing MCL Season 3 soon, and he's also doing a WEC style league in Le Mans, so if anyone wants to join that, please do, as we're just starting it out, so anyone who can join, please do. We're just setting it up, the server was made today, so yeah, please join and have a good time. Also later on I'm going to be doing VRL for Vantage Racing Team and IndyCar League, so keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, Joe and look, Johnny in the background there, Joe's struggling with drivetrain damage, which is hurting his straight line speed and engine performance, as he hasn't pit yet. He's stayed out, so although Johnny's pit for damage, he's caught up to Joe here. That is an absolute shame for Joseph Singh, but a great feat for Johnny there. Great pace on, yeah, fresher tyres, you have to admit, but same time, great pace, and he's now heading into Indianapolis on the outside, and he's ahead of the Iron Brew number 30 entry. So the number 30 car, take the 0 off and you get what position he's in. Meanwhile, the 97 is 99%, going to get second place for the second time in a row here in Le Mans, in the second category of Le Mans 24 minutes here for Green Army. as we head through with Lando in the Iron Lynx car. Heading through here on lap 5. As nothing else in the order is really going to change, to be honest, as I know from me being Joseph Singh and being in this race that nothing else in the order changes, so I'm going to announce it now. Coming through the final few corners, Exact Max in the Iron Lynx car comes out of the final corner, and the number 10 Iron Lynx wins the 24 minutes of Le Mans in LMP2. Great race by Lando to take the win here in Forza Motorsport. His first win in a Forza Motorsport video. Incredible. The first of which for Joe came last video, behind Johnny. So Johnny finishes P2, Joe finishes in P3. Great stuff here by Joe and by Johnny. But even better stuff for Lando, who went from DNFing in the 16 laps of Daytona in LMDH cars to having a huge shunt and being third way back from the front two in the Le Mans 24 minute in GT, and now he's here in the Le Mans 24 minute in LMP2, and he's back where he belongs here with the Green Army brand. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.